Let's talk. None of my people gon' walk. 100 bands for us, now she fiendin'. Running, I know we up to the moon. Paddock on me and reside. If he come from my chain, then we swap. Shawty can't look at my eyes. BBS's I shine in the dark. Make my gentleman-ish. I'm putting up for my city. Don't need friends, my family.
What's poppin', man? Spark the block, man. Let's talk about it, Black Ink. You know what we on. You know what it's about, man. Squad.
What's up? Let's talk about it, Black Ink.
This is Rashad from Earn Your Leisure. Big shout out to Let's Talk About It, Black Ink.
Hey.
Yo, welcome.
Welcome back, y'all.
Welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk About It.
Hey, we're going to talk about it.
We appreciate y'all for tuning in with us again. Showing love as always.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we back, with your panel of hosts. We got Miss Sage at Sage Soul Solutions.
What's up, y'all?
We got Slim Rich.
Ow.
Rich Mode 718.
Ow.
We got,
and his Cardi voice.
okay. Right. We got Mrs. Too Fly with the shades.
Hey, low-key
Naughty body and
Too
low
fly.
key communication.
Summertime.
How y'all feeling today?
I'm feeling amazing.
I feel good too.
Today.
It's a day?
Oh, it's an amazing day, but it's still a day.
Yeah.
It's beautiful outside.
What's
Yeah.
happening?
I'm tired, but it's
I
beautiful
just looked
outside.
at your hair and was like, it made me realize it's a day because I didn't make it to go get mine done.
I'm about to take
My
these
hair
out.
done.
I'm about to take these this conditioner out that I put in my hair to make my hair grow this fast overnight.
Oh, we're going to sell that.
Imagine this.
But no, it looks good. You
Thank you.
look good. You look
Thank you.
healthy.
Thank you.
Everybody week was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Let me say, Ed Mubarak.
Yes.
Ramadan is over.
Yes.
Yeah.
What that first word
All
mean?
of the Muslims that fasted the month of Ramadan.
Shut up.
The last day. Yeah, the Eid was today.
Mm-hmm.
Eid with the evening.
Wow.
Celebration.
Oh, eat with the evening. That's what it means.
Eid, the Ed.
Yeah.
Celebration.
Okay.
One of
Learn
my
something new.
teammates is out of Dubai and she went to go get her henna done and she showed me her garment. She's Muslim.
Oh, she's in Dubai?
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, that's where my mom is right now. With E-Man and them.
Mm-hmm.
And my brother and them. They all celebrated in Dubai.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's dope.
They ain't back yet.
No, I think they
Beautiful.
come back. A couple of next 2 days they come back. I think.
Oh, yeah, they'll be
I
back.
still gotta go to Dubai. I want to go there so bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Heard
Yeah,
you
I
can
heard
eat
you.
off the floor.
Yeah, I heard it's beautiful, spotless.
Only 7-star hotel.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. I just sit on the water.
I'm scared of that tennis court though. That's all the way up at the top. They got it look like I seen in pictures. I don't know if it's real. They got like a tennis court way up, but it's like outside.
Oh, they got everything.
Oh, wow.
Like literally, you walk
They
like
said that's like, it's like
top floor.
paradise.
You walking
No, I'm
out.
not worried about that. I don't
Dubai's
play
like
tennis.
Huh?
I don't play
Nah, I
tennis.
don't
so
That's
I'm
not.
worried
That's
about
not why I want to go. I just want to go out there because it's the way it's set up. Like the wind blow right. You look like you off there. It look crazy.
Oh, I ain't see it. I'm gonna look. It's on YouTube proper.
Pictures,
You see
yeah.
it?
that.
Yeah.
Just fucking your mind. please.
Google it.
Oh, yeah. I have
Turn it.
Bad
I'm
habit.
sorry.
Turn your mic so you can
But
face
look,
everybody.
before we
Yeah, there you go.
get on with our usual programming and go to Miss Sage, I got a question
For me?
for everybody that I was given to by a fan of the show,
Okay.
as well as my homeboy Franco. So
Our apologies. I set out. Y'all was supposed to be calling into the show today.
well,
I got sidetracked early.
shout out my homeboy Franco. I appreciate the love for watching the show and being a fan. But as a question you asked me, they wanted me to ask everybody here
Okay.
Uh
to
oh.
get our opinion. Yeah.
Okay.
So he pulled up on me, and he wanted me to ask: do we think that a man or a woman can reach their fullest potential of being a man or a woman without the assist of a man or a woman? Meaning, can you reach your true pinnacle of being a woman without a man,
I
and
understood
vice
exactly
versa?
what you were saying.
So he wanted to, because he said he don't think it's possible. He said he think we need each other to reach that, but
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
he wanted to get our answer. So
That's my answer. I agree. Done.
that's how you're gonna do, my boy. I gotta give him a little more
That
depth
was
than that.
easy.
You know what? Okay, so it's funny because if it's a spiritual question, I have a different answer than if it's mental.
I disagree all the way around.
I agree and disagree at the same time. I agree because we need to experience this from each other, because a lot of time in relationships, or it's supposed to help you discover what you did wrong when things don't work out. Or you're supposed to have individuals in your life that actually can push you to the next level, right? To bring out the best in you.
Right.
But that don't always go that way. However, depending on how you were raised, if you are taught the right tools, then you already are achieving becoming the best person you can be before you even get with the individual. But a lot of us aren't raised that way. And then that's still like maybe a 7 out of 10, because then once you end the relationship based off your emotions, your response is going to be different from what you know, depending on the situation.
And I feel like personally that it has to be alone without the opposite, because each individual person is different. So I feel like the way this person might shape me into a man might be different than this one helping me. So I feel like that becoming a man, you might have to date a few people or whatever. You have your experiences like you said, but ultimately it has to happen alone, because you have to become who you are and be able to grow as a man.
But that's why
before you can even be.
I was just about to
you
say,
don't
not to
discover
cut you
that
off, you
until-
saying no.
No, but what he
No,
explained
I'm
was
asking,
both.
is he saying no?
I'm
like,
saying no because I don't
so you
feel
don't
like
need the woman to
no,
become.
I don't
But
think I do.
I get what he's trying to
but
say.
I
He's
understand
like
what he's trying
sovereignty.
to say, but you're saying it different though. If you,
All right,
if you
let's scratch the
experience-
first part. Forget
Okay.
the women involvement.
Okay, so
I just
go
think
ahead.
as a man, you need to grow. You need to find yourself alone. I don't think it has to, because like I said, even if you do experience a few women, if it builds you as a man with those few women, you might meet somebody who's totally different than all of them. So it still can mess up your growth. I think your growth as a man should come within yourself, and then when you meet the woman, she has to either compliment you or not. Like,
No, that's true depending on how we're raised, but it don't.
Yeah.
It don't. Most of the time, when we get into relationships, we don't know what we like or dislike until we meet people that we never met before and be like, I never thought I would never like that.
It's called
before in my life."
community. You don't
exactly.
You
So
don't
you
know
like,
who you are. You find
you find
through your
yourself,
village.
Exactly. It's like the woman who has been married and got married young and had children and did this. It's going to be a
Totally
age
different.
that she actually reached to say, I didn't actually want this. This was more than what I thought I can
but
handle.
I feel like that honestly depends on how deep his question is, because
Yeah, that's what I said, spiritual, mental.
there's no way you're gonna grow without any interaction with the opposite sex.
Right.
He's saying, do you need them?
Well,
and
let me-
I don't
well,
feel like you need them.
Well, let me, before you answer,
I
let
think you
me
need
fully elaborate on what he said.
think
Maybe
you
give
need
a
them.
better way for you to answer. Not it. He said no. His answer was no.
Who?
Thank you.
Franco. He said no. I mean,
What you mean?
I'm sorry. Franco who asked me the question. He said no.
You think the men and women need each
He
other?
said we think we need each other. He
I
said
think so,
he
too.
thinks society
Oh,
has
okay.
created
So yes,
this,
is what it
this
is.
whole look of independent women, independent men. We don't need each other. He's like, no, we need each other.
Okay, I don't
everywhere.
think
So-
society has created that at all. I think the experience of good and bad in relationships has created that. I don't think society
That's a good point.
started anything with us being alone.
Can I
Period.
just say that, like, I get what you're saying, Rich Mo, about like you need individuality, absolutely. And I think when a man commits to his journey and a woman commits to his journey, they build a third party which is their union. Like when you're in a relationship and you guys are aligned, you're actually in a throuple essentially. It's you, her, and then the union that you both are building toward. That's why I agree with what you're saying. Like you do need a level of individuality, but you absolutely can reach your maximum potential when you have somebody who's on the same alignment as you at all times. I think I would never
agree.
want to do this world alone.
I agree.
Absolutely
I'm not saying that you have to do it alone. I'm saying reaching your
No,
maximum.
you didn't say that, but I'm just
My
saying. I
thing
just
is-
added that on. Like I would never want to. I don't even think we're meant to do this alone. I think if you're working on yourself, you're gonna attract somebody else who's working on yourself, and you two together will build something. An empire.
I just honestly feel like when you interact with people, you gotta move the bottle. Your bottle's in the way.
Oh, y'all don't want me to advertise?
No, hell no.
I thought y'all wanted me to advertise that I drink a gallon of water. a
No,
day.
but you advertising people who ain't giving us no money.
Where they
Anyway.
logo at? Oh yeah, y'all gotta support the podcast. Sorry, y'all.
He's asking you to take it up the table.
Oh, completely. Richmond a hater because he ain't got his water today.
Yeah, no, I do have my
do.
water,
I'm
but I
just
ain't got that. Anyway, but what I'm saying is, I do feel like at some point you do got to get with somebody, but I don't feel like you should be building yourself in the middle of that. I feel like you can find.
There's nothing wrong with it if you do though, because with some,
I'm
look
not
at it,
saying
I
that.
look at it like this: it's just like education, or if you go to school for a career,
Mm-hmm.
you learn the knowledge, right? Then you have to go out in the field and experience
Right.
and implement in order to get better.
But you learn the knowledge by yourself.
Well,
You learn the knowledge as an individual student, and then you go out and get with the
Which is
job.
true.
I'll say this
You get what I'm saying?
to rebuttal
Exactly. So it
rebuttal
goes
you,
back
Rich.
to raising.
But no, I want to say this
If
to
we don't have the
rebuttal
tools,
you.
we
Because
don't.
I haven't get my answer yet. My answer is no. I think we need each other in every way. I don't think a man or woman can reach their highest anything without each other.
Definitely cannot.
I feel that way because of just how things are set up. We were given a mom and a dad for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
We have both female and male energy for a reason. Within this. We have both testosterone, estrogen in ourselves for a reason.
Correct.
Good
So
point.
we need both parts
Great
Correct.
point. That's
to
the more
truly
valid
become
point than
who we
anything.
are. So I feel as though that man is there in that woman's life to help her understand how to control her masculine energy, and vice versa for the man with the woman is like how to control, because they live more in the feminine energy than we do, and vice versa with the masculine energy. We need to teach each other
balance.
how to control the perfect balance. I feel what you're saying is you supposed to build yourself up to the highest level you can. Meet your woman, she gonna take you over the edge, and vice versa,
I
because
feel-
they're gonna come
I think
along.
what changes
I
the
feel like
answer is the
I
fact
feel
that
like
you
what
said
she said
need.
makes the most sense.
You said the word need.
I think Rich
But
is
no,
talking
but
on the
I feel
physical
like-
I feel
level,
like
and
what
I'm
she's
thinking it's
saying.
two different.
I feel like what she's saying made the most sense. It depends on if you got both your parents. If you got your mother, you got that feminine energy.
Even if you don't got both, if you,
You
got
understand
both
what
your
I'm saying?
parents, you need even more.
No,
Well,
what?
here's,
I probably
no, no,
argue
okay.
you need even
so
more.
what I'm
You
talking
got
about
both
is
parents.
what I'm speaking
Parents
about
is just an influence. It's
no,
not.
But that's what
Yeah.
when he's saying that, can we reach our fullest potentials without each other?
And do we need
I'm
each
gonna
other?
100% go with what Kevin said, because it makes the most sense
Mm-hmm.
spiritually, right? With us having masculine and feminine energy as an individual. But in relation to each other, when you say reaching your fullest potential, I said you can reach it as an individual, but who's taught that?
See, I don't think you can, though.
No, what I'm speaking about, because it's on two different levels he's speaking about. You got spiritual, physical, and
yeah,
mental,
I
so
got
it's
you,
something
yeah.
totally different. He's saying you should reach that by yourself.
And to say-
what I'm saying is it's impossible to reach by yourself
It
when you
is.
don't have the experience. Experience shapes us.
No, I
It
feel like you
literally-
do need the experience.
Definitely.
So it's like, unless
So there
you
is no-
Adam and
there's-
Eve and God came in the ark and it was like, here go all the tools. They had it.
So wait,
We
wait.
don't
So
have
how
that.
are we
There's no
talking?
no.
Because no, I don't feel like you could do anything without the opposite sex. I
So
don't,
boom.
But
But
that then that question
I
is
think from
is
the-
null and
from the
void if
question
it's
of what he
not.
posed is on each one overall encompass of what a man is or what a woman is. Can you reach that highest level
No.
without the help?
I don't think
of,
so.
of the opposite sex? And I think that's
I don't think
impossible.
so.
Help
Whether
as
it's
in being
spiritually-
with somebody.
I think in
Period.
overall
Whether-
full
period.
potential,
Well, then,
here's
I
the
mean,
potential. I
that's-
think
that-
the highest potential for a man and a woman is bliss. It's happiness. It's able to share what we are, what we
Facts.
have exactly
Yeah.
about ourselves that the other don't have.
Well, like you said, that
I
means if
believe
it's-
so
it
much
depends
in
if it's spiritual
It
or-
believe it doesn't matter. I think we
It really
need each other
doesn't.
so bad.
It
I
does.
feel like crying over the question.
I
That's
don't
the
even-
truth. That's how bad I think we're lacking.
Yes.
The
Unity.
strength of each other.
Unity.
Right.
There's
Like,
nothing
It's really.
as separate as the fingers,
like-
but as one as the hand.
and
You are
it's-
still
Yeah.
meant to be a hand. Even if you are the pointer, the pinky, the thumb, you are a fucking you are a hand.
What,
I didn't mean to cuss y'all, but I got passionate right there.
I believe that, but I'm just saying every individual is different.
No.
And I'm just saying I do believe that you do have to interact, but I'm saying I don't feel like you can't find total happiness.
No,
without
but
that's not
a
what he's
partner.
saying.
That's not the question.
You know
You're
what I'm saying?
taking you're
That's not what
taking the
he's
question as saying like you're saying basically I don't think a person should lack development in themselves. That's not
That's not what
that's
I'm
not
Let me see if
not
I can break it
what
down to
we're
you like
talking
this.
about.
Picture you by yourself without any women
Or any
available
interaction. There's
at
no
all.
way.
No interaction with
Period.
any woman at all.
There's no way.
You will be okay every day.
No, but that's not.
That's it. That's
all right,
it.
but
It's
then,
impossible.
Then all right, so that question answers itself. Then it's not the question I thought it was. obviously.
right.
Oh,
What did
okay,
you
that's
think the
probably what it
question
was.
then?
I thought the question was, can you reach your highest potential as a
Fullest
man?
potential.
Your fullest
Right.
potential.
Without a
I thought it was
without-
highest.
Yeah, that fullest
matter.
same thing.
Without the
but that is
interaction
that,
with
without
woman,
the
without
help,
this-
not interaction, without the help
without
of a person.
without a woman.
No,
Yeah.
but he's saying
He didn't
without.
have help or anything. He
You
just
said without.
What did you say?
The
Without a
opposite
woman.
sex.
Without a woman,
With-
I was just
Without
saying.
a woman. Right.
No, he said without the help of the opposite sex.
Right.
So what I'm saying is, I
You
feel
can't
like
do it.
I now that I know what the question really
Because
is,
you're still gonna have your mom in your life, or with
that,
anybody
it's
no
im- that,
female
th-
interaction.
that question is it's impossible.
Yeah.
Well,
It's impossible.
To go back to my answer, like I said, I feel like it's a no, truly based off this world was built on equal, it was built on balance.
Right.
Like I said, we were born with both energies. Now, for men, we have predominantly more masculine than feminine,
Right.
vice versa for women. And like I said, I truly feel as though the opposite sex is put there to help you learn to control and understand that even though there's a lesser side in you, it's still potent than it is. So though our feminine energy is lesser in us, it's still very much so potent.
But it depends on who the men is, because some men have more feminine
especially
energy
nowadays.
and some women
Which is-
have
agree-
more.
Which is
advanced
nothing wrong with
women.
that.
Agreed, but
No, not at all.
Nothing wrong
But
with,
at all.
with
I feel like both sides are put there to help you
Well, it is,
understand
it's
that
not
if you have balance,
and,
you
and,
have
and
balance.
control that, so
But
that
we
you can
still
be,
love-
so
I
that you
got a
can
little
be your quote unquote perfect self,
Right.
your most spiritual self. You can't be at your most spiritual peak if you don't understand both sides of you, every side of you. And I
And
feel
that's
like
in
being
the
around
book.
that
I
helps
think it's in the
cultivate
7
that.
Principles of Love that actually said man will never fully understand a woman, and vice versa, reach their highest potential as an individual until you tap into the opposite energy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You
Literally,
can't even.
the
Until,
balance.
it's like until you put yourself in the female shoes and
The
the female
chi.
put herself in the man's shoes, you're not going to be able to understand. You're going to lack that empathy.
But I feel like you can get that without. See, I don't like the question.
How though?
Because you can
here-
interact with them without having the actual help.
But see,
of
but that's
someone.
still you
help.
can because it's still
don't you learn from an interaction
learn
though?
from-
You still it
Exactly.
still
But
helps.
see, the thing is the help. the
Maybe
help
not
part,
romantically. I think. Are you thinking romantically?
No, I'm just
No,
thinking.
I think
period.
he's focusing so much
No.
on help is this saying.
My thing
Listen,
is
give
if-
me a hand, let me show you. You may learn
Exactly.
from your woman by just
Right.
watching how she moves.
You learn from you learn from
How
people
she
by
acts.
just watching.
Friends.
That's what-
but
that's
my
where I'm
point
getting
is,
from.
but we're talking about the opposite sex. So if it's women
if it's a
that
friend.
you're pertaining to, exactly, you're still watching,
A neighbor.
looking and lurking, thinking I ain't going there or I'm going to do
that takes the question back to saying that's like asking, can you fully do anything by yourself? And that's no, because
Which is true.
it's no.
Which is true.
Like that means
But
that
that's true.
That question was already answered before it was asked.
But no, but that's
You get what I'm
but
saying?
it's
I get what
true
you're saying,
on a
but-
spiritual
Because
level.
that's why I was thinking different, because I'm thinking if you're gonna give me such an obvious question,
But
I'm
listen-
thinking it's a little different than
Yeah,
what
But
we're
it's
I get
talking
what you're
still
about.
saying. I get
true
what
because
you're
that's just like
It's basically impossible. He's like
it goes
basically
off of
yeah.
your
Yeah, I
belief
cannot do
system.
it without them. They're gonna be here. Just me being around y'all is already getting help, as far as y'all
Right.
saying.
But I
me
think-
sitting
right,
here listening
right.
to you talk,
Right.
I'm already getting help.
But that's
So
true.
it's impossible. The question you can't even ask me that question.
Like I said, I think his overall.
you should be telling me that you cannot be your full
No, but listen, but I think no,
without a
no,
woman.
but
You
no.
should telling me
I get
that.
what he's
That's the
saying.
point, though.
I
I get
definitely
what
get
you're
what he's saying. I
but
get
you
what he's
have to
saying.
ask that question because you have a lot of people now in society
like-
where it's I don't need. Whether
Yes.
it's a man saying or
Yeah.
a woman saying to me. Not this conversation yesterday. Is I don't need a woman. I don't need a man. And it's
There
like
are
no,
people-
you do.
But that's not what they're saying. What they're saying
I'm
is,
saying.
I don't need someone. It's a plus.
Wait, what are you talking about?
But
now?
see, okay, but that goes back
the
to
narrative in society
that
for
goes
a
back
lot
to
of
the
women
question.
is, I don't need a man. I can do this by myself. A man is a plus. And people are
okay.
taking that the wrong way, as if
Well,
women are
here's the
saying they
thing.
just don't need
and
a
that's
man.
why
Well,
that's
it's
why
not
he
that they said it
posed
the
the
wrong way.
question because that to answer that question, like you're now that you understand the question,
Right.
you're saying it's a no-brainer, right? But if anybody else, when you first answered it, you said no, right? So now that you understand like the necessity of a male and a female, there's no way you're not going to be able to learn from each other. Like this is like the question that most people probably don't really sit down and acknowledge and say like, nah, actually that's right. So them even saying, even like you're saying, I think there is a lot of women who do say, I don't need no man, it's
there
a
is, but
plus.
let me
But
finish
hearing
that
this dang
sentence.
question and the answer, there's
Okay,
no
so
way
let
that
me-
you can
let
say
me
that.
elaborate
Right.
on that sentence when the women say, "What you say?" Said, "I don't need no
I don't
man."
need a
no
man.
man.
It's a
Like,
plus.
he's
a
Okay,
plus.
so it was an incomplete sentence because what they were saying is, "I don't need a man and all this bullshit." No,
That's
no,
what I'm
no,
saying.
No,
I'm
this
agree.
is
I
what-
agree.
No, this is the. It's sure.
It wasn't
Oh, you
incomplete.
said
It's
and all his bullshit?
Yeah, that's when they say I don't need a man. It's not that they don't
And
need a man.
vice versa.
It's,
Y'all don't need
it's
our
the bullshit
BS.
that they don't want along with it. So this would make them go extra hard to be super independent because they don't want the excess bullshit.
Right. They're going to get their own shit
so
without
it's
a
not
man.
that they
Yeah.
don't. They acknowledge that they don't want a man. That's
We do.
bullcrap.
Yeah, I
Every
think
woman
they
wants
want
a man.
I just think-
When a woman
I
becomes
just
more
think they trying to
masculine, that's
explain
literally
people-
the first sign of she
I
needs
think,
a man.
I think the
That
problem
is-
is
She's
a
trying to
lot-
fill a void.
I think that the problem is a
married
lot
to
of
a man.
I think she
women.
want
A lot
one,
of
it's
women
just-
depend on men to take care of them, and these women
Well,
are just
yeah.
saying, "I don't need that. I got that. I'm gonna take care of myself."
Well,
but
they're
you know,
saying
She
that
still
with
has
the
other
degree
needs,
that
yeah.
a lot
I
of
see what you're
women
saying.
expect men to take care of them which is true because that's something that we're taught. Let the man provide. However, the woman that is saying that is, I'd rather take care of myself before I be ran over. And
She's
dogged
thinking
out by a
material.
man.
That's what I'm saying.
So it's something totally different. They're
That's
like,
what
I'd
it
rather
is,
be
yeah.
able to provide for myself,
Exactly.
opposed
Yeah,
to
yeah,
be
yeah.
doing this and he got this woman over here, this baby over here, this. I'd rather just do that.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times it's that.
Because I need a spiritual man to take care of me. I need to be
'Cause there's-
spiritually fed. I need to I love logic. I need to be grounded sometimes. There's a lot of things that y'all bring that we may not vocalize, but we absolutely need.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I don't care what nobody say. I need somebody who is not reactive with their emotions to make sure that I'm not overreacting to check me and keep me in balance.
Right,
you know what I'm
right,
saying? So
yeah.
there, I get both
And I think
sides.
that's a
Yeah,
compliment
and there's
on each
a
other.
lot of women out here who want men to take care of them from the gate.
Yeah.
It's like soon as I meet you, so what you paying a bill?
Yeah.
You doing this, you doing that, and that's the,
But you have to realize
Material.
that. But
You
you
know
have
what
to
I'm
realize
saying?
that's how they was taught.
And that
I
is
think
how
it's
they're taught.
like
different
no date.
roles.
We ain't been on a date yet.
Yeah.
It's like
Look,
you know what I'm saying?
Cash App.
Well, in order to go on a date, you need to get my
I
hair
don't feel
done.
like
Yes.
well,
5
here's the
minutes
thing.
later,
I don't
she
feel
had for
nothing
breakfast.
Shallow.
wrong with it to a degree.
Shit.
A person asking for what they want on the table, they letting you know what they want on the table. They're not beating around the bush. Most of the time, the man is
Yeah,
coming
but
to
you don't
beat
even
around
know
the
if I
bush.
like you.
But then why are you going out on a date?
No, but
to see if I like you.
But there's a
Here's my point.
misconception.
No,
though. There's a
But here's the point. Say that though.
Right.
But you know
But you
that
can't,
though.
you can't say that because, like I just told her, you'll meet a chick and it's like, yo, it's time. You want to go on a date? Oh yeah, but I need my hair
But
done
how-
and an
Okay,
outfit.
okay.
Fuck you mean?
So,
It's shallow. No, it's
Put your
shallow.
own clothes on and
listen.
do your own
I
goddamn
got a
hair.
handful of hair. I need my hair done.
Stop
You
rewarding
pay-
women for being adults.
Exactly.
We just talked about this on
Right.
Sunday. We just talked about this on. We
I'm not
reward
like-
women
that's
for
what
being
makes
adults.
other women
get
talk like
rewarded
that.
for saying I pay my own
Own
bills.
bills.
I
I got my
work,
credit score.
I got my, so you want credit for being
Being an
for
adult.
For doing what
Wait,
you gotta
wait,
do
wait,
as
I
a-
missed something.
So
Go ahead.
Kevin sent me a really good. It was. I understand every point. I couldn't disagree. He sent me a YouTube video. I don't know the boy's name or whatever, but the guy was basically picking apart arguments that women always complain about when it comes to men. And one of the first arguments was women saying like, it was one clip where she was like, I got my own credit. My credit is high. My payments are on time. I got my own house, my own this. And he came back with the commentary and basically said, good job. You're an adult. You want a fucking cookie? And I was
Right.
like, that's right though. Like we're basically,
get it, though.
so basically she's saying I don't need a man because all she named was financial material stuff.
Basically, what it is what he's saying is now, and nowadays in today's society, a lot of time women are rewarded for doing the bare minimum. You're rewarded for having a good credit, for taking care of yourself, paying your own bills like you're supposed to. You're a human being. It's your
But you
job
have
to
to
take
realize
care of
that's not
yourself.
the era that they come out of, though. They're not taught. That's one of Kevin Samuel's problems. The women are teaching women to be independent, but you're not teaching them to be wives. You're not teaching them to be submissive to a man. You're not teaching them.
It's
The women
two-
is
that's
like, well,
two
if I'm
different-
doing all of this, why am I need to be submissive?
That's two different things.
I will say
Two
this.
different
One
things.
thing,
But I'm saying that
Until
I
you
don't
get a
think
man,
that
are
there's
you
a
not supposed to take care of
problem.
yourself?
Let me say
Like, it's
personally,
two different
I don't
things.
think there's a
That's
problem if
true.
you have your credit together and all
No,
your
we're
own
not
stuff.
saying it's a
I
problem.
think-
We're saying women are being celebrated for doing the bare minimum. Meaning,
Yeah.
why am I celebrating you for doing what you're supposed to do? Like
Right.
you're
Yeah, yeah,
supposed
I
to
can see
take care
that.
of yourself.
I can
Who
see
said
that.
you was
Because
supposed to
it's so
celebrate?
many
No,
people.
that's
No,
it.
it's
That's-
just so many
they're
people that's
being
not
celebrated.
doing it.
That's
That
a
the women
flex
that
women
are
brag
being
on.
celebrated.
I take care
So
of myself.
Lee,
I want-
Well,
So say-
that's
let
being
me
celebrated for
finish
that.
that sentence and why they're
You're
being
a boss
celebrated.
bitch.
No, let me say no, not that.
No, that's what they-
not
that's what
that.
they
That's
saying.
basically what they saying.
That there is
Yeah.
trauma.
But that's what we
That's
talking
what they
about.
say. That's
That's
literally
exactly
what we
what
talking
we're talking
about.
That's not the same
No,
thing.
it is.
No, it is.
Yes,
No, it is.
Boss
It is.
bitch
That's what we're
because
talking
you
about.
pay
She
your own
said ball
bills.
bitch. She said boss bitch.
No,
in the
this-
YouTube.
this-
But
this
that's
is
the
what women say
category
in
underneath.
society.
You know what I'm saying?
No, but don't mix it because it's two different things.
That's what it is. Though it's not.
Boss bitch come from a total different background than what I heard.
So he didn't get a chance to elaborate, but that was the word we were missing.
That's exactly.
That was the word we
That's
were
what I'm
missing.
trying
in
to
the
say.
video.
So she
Yes.
was basically describing the traits of basically being a quote unquote boss because she takes care of herself. So he was basically saying that's not.
She could buy her own Birkin. She could fly her own stuff on
But she was
vacation.
saying it for what?
That's like,
that's
okay,
a
let me
flex for
let me
her.
let me do the
Congratulations, you went to
It's
opposite.
a
school.
flex for women
Oh, it's a flex.
to say. So here's my point. Let me elaborate completely.
Well,
in
I'm
today's
just saying-
society, it's a woman flex and brag on I take care of myself.
Listen,
and
I
it's
get
like
that.
as a man, it's like you're
No,
supposed to.
no. I get
That
that,
makes
but
no
the
sense to
reason
us.
that you're missing is another incomplete sentence. The bragging on themselves came from the lack of. When you're bragging on, it comes from the lack of. It's
Agreed.
trauma based. So my
Agreed.
point
We're not
is,
arguing that.
9 times out of 10, that boss, babe, whatever it's called, mentality or taking care of myself attitude came from 9 times out of 10, most women doing it on their own.
Absolutely.
But are
And
you
the dad
not
not present, and you're no, because a lot of them try to encourage their daughters. Don't make the mistake that I made to do. Is make sure you
That's
take
true.
care of yourself. Don't fall in this situation.
As
This
you
and this.
should.
So no, because it's the same thing as a lot of women I see. I got my diploma, I got my degree, and my dad ain't got nothing to do with this. All this rights go to my mom. You know how many women I heard
I done
today?
said
It's a
that. I done said
celebration
that.
to their
Yeah.
mother because of the lack of what they didn't have in their lives.
Yes, that's true.
My question
That's
is
very
this,
true.
though. I'm not arguing that.
And they
My-
did
but
the
my-
bare minimum.
But my point is
That's true.
this.
Very
My
true.
point is,
I'm just telling you where it
you
came from.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
are
Listen,
supposed to
root.
take care of
But
yourself
that's
until
not.
you
But
get a man to take care of you.
and
That
women
makes no
is
sense
supposed to
me.
take care of their children, and they don't.
I
That's not
agree.
the here. The point that I'm making is
She's getting
whoever
to the root.
interpret
She's getting to the
exactly.
root. That's all.
Sometimes people interpret, and a lot of men that I see with these videos these days, they're running around with these statements. One, you should be able to actually listen and understand the tone that it come out of. Forget the physical aspect of all this flexing.
The tone
and
is what
all
we
pain.
understand.
Yeah, yeah. And but now
all
he
pain.
now he didn't bring that up. I will say this. What you're saying is completely valid, and that was not a part of the video. But I can completely agree how annoying it must be and how what is it? Over like it's just
Well, it's
it's
only going to
a
be annoying if it resonate with the individual. When something is not relatable to you, it cannot annoy you.
No, this is how I look at it.
It cannot annoy you if it doesn't
and
relate.
this is how I look at it. 'Cause that's where I get confused at. So I'm gonna just say this. It's like how it bothers me. When I was younger, right, I was a straight A honor roll student. Straight A's every time. When I was showing up to my mother, my friends, they would get gifts for getting B's and C's. My mother would tell me, why would I give you a gift for doing what you're supposed to do? You should want to get straight A's. You should want to be
But
smart.
you still got gifts.
So my point is this.
But even though you still got
why
gifts.
am I rewarding you, or why are you getting celebrated for doing what
I
you're
can see
supposed to
that.
do? You're supposed to take care of yourself.
I can see that thought.
I never understood. This is just a question. It's not a place to blame. It's just a question. I never understood why we can't teach our children, whether it's the little boys or little girls, this is how you be a husband. This is how you be a wife.
Mm-hmm.
But until you get a husband or a wife, this is how you take care of yourself.
I'll tell you why.
I just never understood.
Okay,
because
so
we don't
first,
have two-parent
you have to-
households.
Well,
how
no,
you-
because you don't need
how you
two-parent
teach them
households.
Actually,
how to be a husband, how to be a
However,
wife?
wait, hold
Do
on.
you believe?
I'm not saying there's
no,
not a
what I'm
lot,
saying
but
is-
I don't think. How can my mom teach me how to be? How can my mama teach me how to attract a husband if she don't got a husband?
That's not true.
True.
She still can teach you how to attract the
can.
husband.
How?
Because she can.
She just got to track a man. I'm not teaching her
Listen,
husband.
because that's alignment though. She can teach you how to do that, but that's not the point that I'm making. One, you have to understand. You have to want to listen to understand. Because I just gave you the root of where that came from. You just didn't accept it.
I accepted the rule.
You did?
Yeah.
Because you still said that
I
you was
accepted it, but I still
confused behind
understand
it.
what y'all
I
saying.
accept
That could
it.
be
I
annoying.
understand it too.
No,
That
I
definitely could be annoying.
accepted the root of where it come from.
But it's still a narrative.
I just
it's
ignored the
OD.
root because
Yeah.
you
No,
still
you can
still
ignore it,
don't-
but what I'm
It's
saying
OD.
to you
It's
is,
OD. I
what
accept
I'm
it.
saying
It's
is,
OD.
it is OD, but what I said is it come from the parents who were sick and tired of this, and this is the confidence
Yeah.
that they tried to give their child. You got to realize that when I don't even want to say, I'm going to use the word abandon. When you're in a relationship
is.
and you're raising a kid and the man steps out and literally remove all financial, spiritual, mental, all that support, you feel abandoned.
Definitely.
So whatever confidence have to kick in that you try to give that child, one, the children feel abandoned.
Mm-hmm.
So the things
not-
that
no.
you have to go through to make your kid feel some type of self-esteem or loved and not feel abandoned, that's
Yeah.
where that attitude come from.
I think-
Don't worry about it. We got it. We gonna get. You're building each other up. They're doing whatever it takes to build each other up to survive. It's survival.
So
mode. They can get
listen, I'm not
a little
like-
Riri because I mean, when I see it, I be like, oh, here we go
I
again. But
understand
I'm
that.
not. I don't pay too much attention to it because I know where it
I
comes
accept
from.
that. I understand. I accept that. I truly do. I'm just ignoring it, and it may be unfair that I'm ignoring it because I feel as though, for me personally, I don't feel.
Oh, ignore it.
I don't
sure.
feel.
Somebody need to
I
check
don't,
these
I don't feel
motherfuckers.
men get the same.
Well, I don't feel
men,
like
men
you
don't
need
get the
to
same
check.
type of.
Nope.
No,
Type
here's
of
the thing.
explanation.
Let me tell
For
you
a man
why.
is all
Let me tell you why.
Because
Just
if a
a
man
dog.
supposed to
if a
do.
man
Like, you don't know what
said,
his
wait,
past
if a
is.
man said,
his
I
mama
cook
could have
and I
abandoned him.
make
right?
up my
You
bed,
never
I
know.
don't need no woman.
No,
That's what
it's
you're
not
supposed
that
to do.
men don't get the same
don't get the
kinda-
same
No,
pass.
it's not the same pass. One, men don't always respond the same way a female do. Right? Not all the time that they don't. And a lot of time, because women are more vocal, we talk about it more than y'all. Y'all keep y'all feelings and emotions inside. So even if y'all
That
were
makes it better?
struggling with, no, what I'm saying, no, it has nothing to do with make it better. My point is, if they wasn't boasting that,
Right.
and they wasn't being boasted, if men
Yeah.
was to boast it like they're starting to do now,
Do you
Yeah,
know
yeah,
how,
yeah.
we
do
know
you know
that it
how
affects
foolish
you.
we would look for men to say, "Yeah, I
Men
pay my
do it
own
all day
bills.
long.
I got my own." Like,
They do it all
nigga,
day long. It's
congratulations.
about 10, 15
You're
different
supposed to do
podcasts
that.
clips that people
That's
send me that I
now
watch
that men
now.
are doing now
where men
because
is
men are
talking
starting
like,
to mimic. We're like, no, women doing it with shit. We gonna do it too. That is a now thing. But just like I understand,
But they're doing it now
just like
with
there's
even
women
though-
who were abandoned by their father and the whole 9 years. And I feel sorry for them. There's men who's just doing their mothers.
Oh, we know that.
So my point
for
is,
sure.
their problem where they act the same. It can be rooted in the pain.
So
with their
what's the
mother.
solution? It sounded like-
So my point is, we give every time a woman does something wrong, we give them an excuse of why they do it. Why do we not give that same pass or reason for a man?
So instead of the passing,
that's my problem.
Okay, I'll tell you why.
can we spit out a solution? And what you about to say?
But I'm gonna tell you why you don't get the same pass. Because whenever we try to get to the root of the problem, it seems like the men skip over it. They haven't took full accountability for it as of yet. That's just like we had it on a few of these episodes. Wait, ho. Wait, no. Because we had it on the podcast a couple of times where we spoke about it and actually talked about what men do to other men and what men say to other men to actually keep this nonsense and this way of thinking, this egotistic way of thinking going. Let me finish before you cut me off, because you're going to make me lose my train of thought. I said that before. If it was the woman that is doing it at the root that start with it, then who are you protecting your daughters from? You're protecting them from the way men think, not women. So at the end of the day, men have to come together and change your thinking, change that ego. Men are protecting their daughters by telling them, you can't dress like this, you can't look like this, because of a man. Not because other women are plotting on you. So the men mentality has to change.
But the woman do the same thing with their son.
Kevin.
Women will tell their son to look out for all these treacherous females.
Which is true.
It's the same thing.
True, but you're missing the point. There's a hierarchy. It start with y'all. Like it or not, it's a hierarchy.
I don't believe it start with y'all at all.
Here's my point. If you're going to the hierarchy,
I don't.
If you're going through the hierarchy, no, I'm going off their conversation. I just gave them a reference to what do men say about other men. I asked a question last week before it turned into a feminine and masculine energy. I said, why do other men consider men? And it would be, no. He went back, gave an experience. No, it's the women who say, shut up, you sucker, to their kids and stuff. No. I was talking about men on men. It had nothing to do with women. My point is, men do with men.
I
and
get
it's
that,
always
but
pointed
it's the
back
same
to the women.
argument. I get what you're saying.
I can say that.
But it's the same argument. I told Nana the same thing. It's the same argument. Make her say, listen, you know how many females I have met? Let me finish. Not me have the same conversation. People I haven't met who will say in a heartbeat, "Oh, I got more man friends than I got female. I can't mess with these women."
Yeah,
women are they slimy, they grimy, they treacherous.
I know a lot of women like that.
But I'm saying it's 1,000 women who say that.
But the women that say that have a different mentality. No, it's not the problem.
I'm not arguing that.
9 out of 10. Let me be honest. Most women who say that are slimy. Let me just be honest. They're past slimy. It's grimy. Because y'all made me understand the definitions of those. Let me just be clear about that. Most of them befriend men for totally different reasons. Let me just be clear about that. The other thing, what I'm saying to you, the reason why I'm going back to history. So if I'm going back to history, according to what his story is, right? Mm-hmm. And the superiority that men hold, the kings and the rulerships and the dictatorships, right? Women had their places. Women in history is sort of kind of where slavery was in history with us, right? All women were oppressed underneath of men's rulership. I don't
think men hold that much superiority over women.
Was not women suppressed underneath of men's rulership?
No, I didn't say they women, I'm saying I don't think men are that much superior to women. I'm not.
Kevin, I wish you follow along.
I'm following along. I'm just making a statement. That's all. I'm following along. I'm just clarifying that I don't think men are that superior to women.
Men had more superior over women.
I agree. I didn't say that. I didn't say that wasn't true.
For most of history.
I didn't say that wasn't true.
Why was it? Why?
Shit, I can't tell you. I wasn't there.
Why?
I wasn't there.
Because according to even some religions that's still relevant today, one, they thought men intellect. They were smarter than freaking women. This was all men. But Kevin, you forget what you think it is. We're talking about this is the reason why women was.
Well, no, I'm pulling one of your moves. I'm telling you the root of where it comes from.
That's not a root.
I think the root of why they say men are smarter than women has to do so more so.
I need to move along. I can't. Can we move along? That makes absolutely no sense.
Shout out my boy Franco. He started a whole situation.
Shout out to Franco.
New York
for the question. I hope we answered it or gave our perspectives on it. And I think you're most definitely right. We need each other.
Definitely.
We definitely need each other.
Definitely.
Definitely.
So we don't end up like this.
Like what? Well, no, the difference that I take with you is age different. It's a different in age. It's a different in history and studying and everything
come
else.
from different
I'm agreeing
centuries.
to you. I'm agreeing with you. Like, I don't feel like there's a bunch of superiority over, but I'm saying in history, just like we have to admit that slavery did
I was being an
exist.
asshole. I understand that.
At one time, I'm saying
It did. I was being funny.
Oh, okay. So what I'm saying with that though is when you get into that and where we were in history and our presence in this world was less than a man, and we had to be obedient to a man because you guys were considered stronger. Exactly. Then that does a lot on the mental and spiritual welfare of an individual. So whatever revolution happened with women, that they gained their strength and felt like they had to separate from men. I'm not making excuses for it, but I'm saying this is the root of where
But I
want to
ask you this question, because my thing is, everything you said I'm not disagreeing with, but I feel there's a lot of history when it comes to the men having superiority to women and dominating women to where women couldn't speak the whole 9 yards. I feel like a lot of that, from my knowledge, from what I've seen, what I've read, a lot of that is European history. When I see from African history, it wasn't always like that.
Well, but you have to realize
women leaders. They were equal. It wasn't women shut up and go in the corner.
No,
and
they
cook.
were.
So
no.
I feel like that was European teachings.
Okay, so there was a small sect, and I will say a very small sect and tribe of women who were all tribes of women, but they disassociated themselves from the men because of the same thing, though. Remember that when the queen still got in rulership, she got in rulership because her husband died, or she was the next one to step off from the king. She was the oldest. That's how she got in rulership. But she didn't get in rulership just by being a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Because 9 times out of 10,
she had to have a whole lot of men that loved her, that was protecting her, she had a whole lot of men she was sleeping with that loved her, that would protect her.
But let me say this, 9 times out of 10. But no, 9 times out of 10, the reason why the women didn't become in rulership in the regular way, I guess you could say a man did, because a lot of times back in that time, rulership came from combat. It was about who was the biggest, strongest man. So,
but you're proving my point.
That's the reason
Until
why.
men
It was
get
about
together
combat.
and
She
men
couldn't
check
be the
their
man.
own ego, because women are not thinking like that.
But I'm just saying, that's where it came from. Nobody wants to be ruled or led. The idea of a king or a leader is to protect the people. Who wants to be protected by someone who can't fight? Like, that makes
Kevin,
no
but
sense.
you're missing the
so
point.
Of course,
You're
it's based
missing
off
the point.
combat and strength.
You're missing the point. The point that you're missing is no one should ever have to fight or be in combat behind someone's ego, feeling like they should be able to take somebody's territory. You're missing the point, though. But you're missing the point. It's because men don't have the conversations that they actually need to have in order to move forward.
Even in the animal kingdom, it's about fighting. Like, this is the world we live in. You're going to fight.
I'm done.
In a perfect world, nobody's fighting, but you're going to fight.
Women make the statement that they stake, because this is where
women
our men
fight more than
ideas
men.
is.
Most men
They
actually
shouldn't
talk
have
out.
to.
Women fight more than men.
Well, ain't that what Jay said?
Me and Rich have an argument.
Ain't that what
We'll
Jay
go
said?
separate ways.
You know what I
My
noticed
wife
about
got
you,
more
Kevin?
heart than men. Ain't
You
that
know-
what Jay-Z said?
you
My
know
wife
what?
got more heart than these.
No, he said my wife harder than a lot of you niggas.
Exactly. So I'm
I can
agreeing.
agree with that.
You know what I
There's
noticed
some
about
punk
you
dudes out
though?
there.
You got to heal your trauma, because
High five.
let me tell you why.
And that's what the topic
No, and
is
I love you, but this is the same issue I'm having with my partner. Because you guys have a mother wound, you always compare who does what more. That is literally your argument, and every time you open your mouth and speak, it's literally like, but women do that.
But no, it's not
But
a mother
women
wound.
do
It's
that.
a father wound. The
'Cause she
father
just
was
tried to make it say
absent.
'cause
So
we-
it's
Well,
a father
we
the
was
wound.
trying
reason
to
why I
fight.
say
not
it's a mother wound, because the way I was taught, and I'm not denying that it's not a father wound, but from what the education,
projected
only
on
from
who
my
was there.
the only experience that the
don't
only
have no
where I'm coming
father
from is
wound.
from the class that I just got. I think
I don't have the father
exactly,
wound.
which is why it's just abandonment. Your mother wound may have been something. I don't know how your mother wound what it affected you. You have to figure that out on your own. But I do notice that about you. Okay. Like, I can sit here and agree and be like, no, y'all right, and you'll be like, but women,
I
but women,
I
and I'll
don't
be
do that
like,
to you. I only do this with this young lady over here because I don't feel like she be truly grasping everything.
and she don't feel like you true. Y'all both don't feel like y'all both don't do it to each other.
No. I grasp. It's just it's a difference. Like I said before, I can have you share your experience because I've been where you were. You never can reach where I am. That's the difference.
Dang.
I have been where you are.
We talked about this
I
outside.
have never been where I'm at, so you can't share the
We
same.
talked about this outside.
You ain't been where I was.
I think with Kev, I feel like it's
she
more
been
so
at versus where I've been at now.
like,
Our societies are two
It
different.
has nothing to do with society.
Dang,
when you
that was-
spiritually
matter.
That
aligned.
hurt.
When you
Society
spiritually,
matters.
let me tell you, what's
That
different.
hurts.
When you're
Sage.
spiritually aligned,
Sage,
it's no
that
difference in
hurt.
society.
Society
Hey.
matters.
It's like the saying that said the devil got no new tricks under the sun. It's because what he did yesterday, he's doing the same thing today. He just switched strategies.
Hey,
so
hey.
at the end of the day, when you're spiritually aligned, baby, you can predict the future.
Hey, what you said hurt.
I hear you.
Period.
What's the weather look like tomorrow?
What you said hurt. We could never be where you at.
Oh, sorry. Did that
Damn, that was so encouraging
That
for
was
us to
ego.
grow. That was ego.
That was an ego.
It felt like
that
ego.
was the truth.
I know she could predict
Who?
the future. What I'm eating tomorrow.
So that's the truth.
Get off the show. It was the truth.
What I'm eating
No,
tonight.
but that hurt the way you
No, that's it.
presented it.
Is it
Did
the
it?
truth?
I felt like
I
it
don't
was a
know.
little
She believes so.
encouraging. Like it wasn't like
Well, I don't know. You looking at the glass half full instead of half empty instead of half
No,
full.
but I mean,
It's a
it
difference in how you
depends on.
perceive
So,
it.
do you
My
believe
point
that
is,
they
it's just
can never be where you at?
I'm like,
She said it. She
let me
believed it.
tell you
She
how.
said
Let
it.
me.
I was asking because then,
Can I
then
listen? Can I?
I know.
I said
I was
it's like
defending you.
No. I'm not saying you're
All right, go
not.
ahead.
What I'm saying is, I said. Let me be clear.
All right.
I said in the beginning, it's like I told him, meaning that was in a prior conversation. I said, I understand where you're at because I've been there. I've been your age. You haven't reached my age yet to understand.
Oh, but
You understand
because
what
you
I'm
said you could
saying?
never
said
be
you
where
can
I'm
never
at.
be where.
you did say
You'll
never.
never
said.
be where I'm at.
But he will be at some
I
point. He'll be your
I
age.
won't reach 46. God damn, you killing me off. You said
That's what it
age.
sounds
You
like.
do what it
That's
sounds like.
yeah.
Not your
She
intentions,
said
but what
age.
it sounds.
No.
She
We
said
probably
age.
did
I've
miss
been
the
your
intention, but
age,
way it
But
came
I ain't
off,
gonna be
that's not how we
your
heard
it.
it.
It wasn't that way.
That wasn't how we heard it.
It wasn't that way, and it was the way of thinking that I'm
You
speaking
know
of.
what?
I said it was more.
You're not
spiritual
explaining
than-
it well, and I get you. You know why? Because she will continue to age. So as
Exactly.
they're
That's why I said it was
together,
spiritual.
he will
He's not
never
gonna-
get
he's
where
not gonna
she's
get where
at.
I'm- he's never gonna
Because
get
when
where
he
I'm
gets
coming
there, she's going to be elevated.
Right.
So I get
It's
it.
just the way she said it. It just
It
hurt.
is.
It just
Don't let it hurt.
I'm
Why
not
did
saying
it
her
hurt?
intention's not there, but communication
That
is
hurt
two
me.
ways.
About
Is
why
what
did
you
it hurt?
say and then
It
how it's
hurt
received.
me.
Right.
How it received. I was like,
And that's why I
dang.
said.
I think
how
with
did you
Kevin,
take it?
I think Kevin's around a lot of strong women.
Very.
And I think that
He
that
is
makes
constantly.
and I think what that does is that makes him, with women that want equality, it's like, but he's also dealing with society. That's why it's more so a blame a who does more thing, because if I'm around strong women like you and then I'm around some other type of women, my thing is I could feel you where it's like, but how y'all putting all this on men, but y'all don't put certain things on. It's not equal.
here's
let
the
me
thing.
let me
I don't
let
get
Kevin speak for
bothered
Kevin.
by-
You can.
Listen.
I just telling you
No,
what I
I'm
thought.
not saying
She
you're wrong.
gave
I'm
her
not
opinion.
saying you're
Hold
wrong.
on, Rachel.
Right.
What I'm
you're
saying
wrong.
is, if it doesn't relate to you, the response is not going to bother you. Listen, somebody sent me Kevin Samuel because they thought it was going to irritate me. It didn't. I actually laughed and agreed with some things because it doesn't bother me. If he want to spend his time with low-level women that he considered lower level, but you entertain these women with your energy, what does that say about you?
Right.
So why in the hell would that bother me? What I'm trying to say is, if it bothers you, you got to check your soul.
But, yeah,
you
but
can't.
it
Them
doesn't
people
bother
is
me,
crying
though.
out for help. You should be able to look and say, like how we can pinpoint certain people that need wellness. I'll put it like that. Because you experience a certain level of wellness, right, and the bliss of it, you can look at somebody else like, I can see their in their
lack.
skin discoloration and things. They need help. It's no different on a spiritual level.
that's not
Based
my-
off
that's
a
not my
person
argument.
conversation, it doesn't matter what their conversation is. You should be able to look at them and say, that's trauma talking. That's hurt talking. That's pain talking.
I'm not-
It's no difference than what I put on the page. Secure the bag,
You
but
didn't
go
say it.
get
We
therapy.
heard you. I'm the one who said
No,
that she should have said it. She didn't have to say it a different way. I took it as like,
I'm not
yeah.
talking.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not
what she
talking about
said. She
that
explained
because
it, and I said,
wasn't.
well,
I
how?
wasn't
That's
hurt
not
by
what
it
I
at all.
meant.
I
So-
was saying based on how I feel. And my point is, I'm not. It does portray as if I'm playing nip and neck. Women do, men do. That's not my mission. My point is this: I truly want the best for everybody. First of all,
He just tried to be
but
categorized.
mostly no. I want the best for everybody. But most I want the best for our people. And I truly feel, I told Nadi this: in order for us to truly come together, we have to admit to and have to be accountable for both our parts. Men messed up, women messed up. How do we fix it? I feel like all day we shine a light on how crappy men are, and I'm not arguing that. I don't feel like we put enough light on. The women probably have to put light on their problems too, so to make it feel validated, so everybody feels
And
validated,
the sad part
and
is,
we can move
see
forward.
See how every
That's
time
my
he brings
point.
that up, and I be totally in awe because I don't see nobody shooting men down nowhere. But maybe that's not my circle of people I'm around, so I don't see it at all.
Nah,
Because
it
all I
is.
do
So
is
just 'cause you
uplift
don't
men
see it doesn't
and
mean it's
encourage
not
them.
real.
I'm around women that do the same. But my point is, and throughout all of history, you're never going to have a time when it's not done. So you have to surround yourself around the people who are doing what you want to do. Because everybody's experience is going to be at a different time.
But social media puts us around everything. So whether you like it or not, you're still gonna see what he's talking
Exactly, that's my point. Whether you like it or not, you're going to see it. You're going to hear
about. And a lot of
you're
these,
gonna hear
a
it,
lot
you're
of
going
things
to feel it.
are male bashing. A lot of things are male bashing in society.
Okay, so it's only male bashing to society. Let me ask you a question. This male bashing is only within your race. Is that correct? Or is it all races? Do you see it, Nadi? Is the male bashing in
It's-
every race?
it's-
or
Sorry, I
is it
had
all-
tuned out, y'all.
No, that's okay. Is male bashing only in our race, or is it outside of somebody else's race?
I don't know. I'm not another race. I only know my
I
race.
mean, you can. Well, I mean, but you
They
can
say
see. You
social
can see
media is
all
open
races.
to everybody. So I'm
It's
saying,
majority
who's doing-
our race.
who's
Our
doing
race.
the male
I
bashing?
only see majority of my race, so it would be biased
would
for me to
say- I
say
would
other
say-
So
I
do you
would
see
say
both
it's all
going male and
races,
female, or
but
just more
majority are
female than
races.
men?
Wait, what's the question? Do I see male?
He said.
Do you
they
see
said
more male getting bashed in our race or women
female,
getting
or
bashed?
is it an equal?
I think we complain about each other a lot in the black community.
It's just like somebody
or
said
Spanish.
to
To
me-
me, Spanish
I
is
think I
black,
said
but
that
I think we
to
complain
you.
about each other.
Minorities.
Over the
That's
weekend.
minorities.
Well, majorities.
I think I said it to you over the weekend. If it wasn't you, I don't know who I was talking to. But someone sent me a clip, and I had shared the clip with them. But they was talking about the women actually being what's the word, vulgar with their mouth, like really bad. But she was irritated at you men because she said, "I'm confused. Our rap music and our black men was the first to degrade us in music, whether it was their experience," because I said, well, their experience coming out of drug, that's what they experienced. She said, whether it was their experience or not, they were the first one who put us on the forefront with
I will
degrading us.
definitely
And
agree.
now that we calling ourselves bad bitches and referring to ourselves as what they degrade us as, now they got a problem.
I agree with that.
I agree with that 100%.
And we got to wrap it up. But
I agree with that.
that
No argument.
was her biggest
no
point.
argument. I agree with it.
Okay.
No argument.
But basically,
I don't listen to that
brought-
kind of rap music anyway.
Okay, but I brought that up to say
We gotta go.
we gotta go. Thank y'all for tuning in.
Shout out my boy Franco.
Shout out Franco. We'll
Thank
be
y'all
back
for
next
tuning
week,
in.
Monday, 6 p.m. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Let's talk about it.